Hi, my name's Tina. I'm going to talk to you today about Philippians 3:10, which says, "That I may know him, Jesus, and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being conformed to his death." My husband and I have been walking with the Lord Jesus about 15 years now. We'll be married 17 years this summer in July. So about 10 or 11 years ago, a lady that I looked up to challenged me to ask the Lord for a life verse. And at the time, I thought, well, that sounds great. And so I asked the Lord, Lord, what verse do you have for me for my life verse? And he brought me Philippians 3:10, that I may know him. So a couple years later, the Lord has allowed me to teach in various capacities, and I was teaching some ladies that they should seek the Lord for their life verse. And I went home that evening and I was talking with the Lord about what we talked about and some of the various needs of the ladies. And I got to thinking about that, and I thought, why is it that I am challenging these ladies to ask for a life verse? And it's a good thing to ask these kind of questions, because then we can ask the Lord and he can bring clarification and conviction in these areas. So I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, what is it? Why do I need a life verse? What has this life verse done for me? I knew that it had been helpful in my walk. I just didn't know exactly how, or how to put it into words, maybe is a better way to put it. So the Lord began to show me that this verse has been my anchor. It's the verse that refocuses me upon my goal in life, which is to know Jesus Christ more. That's it in a nutshell. There's so many other things that play into this life, so many other things that can take your attention off of our goal. But the anchor, the verse, that's this verse, Philippians 3:10, that I may know him, that I may know Jesus in every aspect of his being, in every part of his character, in everything that he has to offer. I want to know him. And so my life verse has really over and over and over refocused me back upon what the Lord has called me to. And so I would challenge you, ladies, to ask the Lord for a life verse for yourself. Not to ask someone else what they think your life verse should be, but that you yourself would go to the Lord and you would ask him, Lord, what is my life verse? What is that for me? And will you speak it to me? Our goal in teaching others, my goal is not to point you in the direction of any other teacher, of any other woman, but simply to point you to Jesus. It's like if people look at me, I want them to look up. I want them to look to the Lord. I don't want them to look to me. That's not going to do them any good. Teaching is very helpful on a lot of different levels. It can encourage us, it can give us examples, it can give us ideas, but ultimately you answer to the Lord, and he's the one who teaches us. Jesus says, Matthew 11:30, I believe it is, he says, learn of me, for I am gentle and lowly of heart. Jesus is the best teacher that we could ever have. So I challenge you to sit at his feet and ask him, Lord, what life verse do you have for me? And why? Why is this verse important for me? And if you ask him this, he will answer you. He will answer you, because it says in his word, Matthew 7:7 says, ask and ye shall receive. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Seek and you shall find. So therefore, we know that his word promises us that he will meet us. Hebrews 11:6 also says that he will reward those who diligently seek him. And so ladies, diligently seek the Lord. Diligently seek him. If you don't get an answer right away on this, keep asking him. He's faithful. His word also tells us that when we're not faithful, he always is. So ladies, ask for that life verse, see what he brings you, and see how it will be a blessing to your life.